Hello, hello, and welcome. We are so excited to have you here for this college fair this evening. My name is Jay, and I am here on behalf of StriveScan, and we are hosting the Capital Area School Development Association Virtual College Fair. Thank you all so much for joining us. We have 6 amazing schools here to give you a lot of great information. Whether you are watching live or the recorded version, we are happy to have you. Just a couple of housekeeping items before we get started with our 6 schools here. At the bottom of your screen, maybe at the top, you should see a Q&A button. There you will be able to ask questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and video are off, so you can see and hear us, but we cannot see and hear you, so don't worry. This is just one of many sessions that are happening. Tomorrow there are additional sessions as well, so if there are more schools, this fair is going on tomorrow. Also, this is being recorded. So within about 1 week, you can go ahead and find this recording at strivescan.com/CASDANY. Now I'm going to stop talking and hand it over to our first presenter of the evening. Go ahead and take it away, Plymouth State.
Hey everyone, my name is Ryan Battaglia. I am your admissions counselor for New York over at Plymouth State. I'm going to run through a quick presentation with you, and please send over some chat options if you have any questions. So right off the bat, where is Plymouth? If you don't know, we are in central New Hampshire, right where my cursor is. From most of the state of New York, if you're coming from New York City, it's about 6 hours away. That's a good kind of idea to figure that out of where you are in the state of New York, but obviously varies where you are from. So in the CASDANY area, again, probably about 6 hours. We do have a train that can take you over to Boston, and then from there, there's a bus that takes you up to the center of campus as well. Obviously, it's a picturesque New England mountainous campus. It's that small campus vibe, New England college type ordeal. So there's a picture there. Now, just to get an idea of what campus is like, if you are to come here, 4,000 students. There right now, most of them are living on campus right now too, which is great. But 96% of them live within a mile radius. So we're not a suitcase school, not really a commuter school at all. So everyone is staying here on the weekends and throughout the semester. We do recruit from 45 different states and 26 other countries. And we are a 50 in-state, 50 out-of-state institution. The good thing about this size is the faculty ratio, so that you do have a personable learning experience. Now, what are you going to do as a student here? We do have plenty of clubs and organizations to keep you busy. This picture in the middle is it's from Rail Jam, so it's a fully run student event. They'll market the event, they'll set it all up. They'll partner with local ski mountains. And then we do have a lot of different organizations that match up with your major as well. So if you're a nursing major, you can go into the Student Nursing Association, American Meteorological Club. If you're a communications major, you can surely join our radio station, 91.7 PCR. Now, the important thing in college, what are you going to study? So at Plymouth State, the most popular majors are going to be business, criminal justice, and education. We used to be called Plymouth Teachers College, so literally teaching teachers to get out into the workforce. So that is definitely our bread and butter. It's okay to go undeclared as well. You don't need to declare a major until the end of sophomore year. Now, a big thing to point out is our teaching approach and some of our learning experience. The integrated clusters approach is a kind of different approach into learning and tackling like real world problems. So you'll take a class called Tackling a Wicked Problem, which is an alternative to your freshman seminar. And then the cluster projects are cross-functional major projects. So they're working on real world projects. Like, for example, my senior year here in 2018, I was able to work with a local business. We helped improve marketing. I worked with graphic designers, French majors because of French Canadian tourism. So that's a very small summary of these cluster projects. And obviously in the Venn diagram, they touch base on a lot of different majors and subject matters. Now, we want to make sure you're successful here at Plymouth, so we have a ton of tools to do so, including a first-year advisor or a student success coach. I like to call them your student encyclopedia. So you can text them, call them, whatever it is, they're there to help. And we do offer free tutoring as well through our students who have taken the same class you are currently taking. And all of these services are for free here at Plymouth. You are guaranteed housing all 4 years on campus, but we allow seniors to move off campus into our off campus apartments and houses. And like I was saying, 96% of our students live within a mile radius of campus. So that includes those living off campus as well. So keep that in mind, but still guaranteed housing all 4 years. We are a part of NCAA Division III sports, a ton of club sports as well, and intramurals if you're looking for a less competitive edge. And then we love the outdoors here at Plymouth. We offer $5 ski tickets to our local mountain. There's about 3 or 4 within 30 minutes of campus, and we have a whole outdoor center with free rental equipment. Now, we are available on the Common app and the Panther app, which is on our website as well. And when I look at applications, I like to see that students are really engaged out of the classroom. It shows maturity, but we look for 3.0 on average here at Plymouth. Some important deadlines to touch on, and I hope my colleagues do as well. Number one to point out is definitely going to be FAFSA. Make sure you complete that before March 1st, or it's likely you may not receive as much funding from the government as possible. Here's a sticker price as an out-of-state student. This is taking everything into account before financial aid and scholarships. And we do award good students based on your GPA. So if you are an out-of-state student, you are qualified for out-of-state merit scholarship. And depending on your GPA, you'll fall into one of these categories. Some quick accolades for Plymouth. #1 school nationwide for critical thinking stated by the Wall Street Journal, and just some alumni to highlight. Now here's my information. I put it in the chat as well and some additional resources for you here at Plymouth, but please, if you have any questions, reach out to me. I'm more than happy to help you out.
Thank you so much, Ryan. Really appreciate you being here. We are going to move along to our second presenter of the evening, Richard with St. A's. Go ahead and take it away.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Let me share my screen and we will get started. So I will put all my contact information in the chat box, in the chat feature right after this presentation. Just to introduce myself, my name is Rich Perez. I'm one of the admission counselors here at St. Anselm's. Just to really kind of talk a little bit more about who we are, what we are, starting with our location. So as you can see from the middle picture, we're located right in, kind of southern central New Hampshire. About 3.5 hours away from the capital region area. But what I always like to talk about is, based off of our area, we can provide our students with so many different opportunities. We're only 57 miles from downtown Boston, so about an hour and a half. But, we're an hour and a half from, the mountain region, an hour and a half to the beaches. So like I said, we can just provide so many opportunities for our students based off of our location. We're also 3 miles away from downtown Manchester, which happens to be the largest city in New Hampshire. Just a cool little perk. Talking a little bit more about our size, we are a small liberal arts school with a campus of about 2,000 undergraduate students. Speaking a little bit more about our residential experience, about 92% of our students live on campus all 4 years, and we do guaranteed housing. Even as freshmen, you are allowed to bring a car on campus, which is kind of cool. We do provide that one-on-one individualized attention for all of our students. Our student to faculty ratio is about 11:1, and our average class size is about 18. So like I said, we really pride ourselves on that small individualized attention. Just some really quick accolades as well. Right on our campus, we do have the New Hampshire Institute of Politics. So for students that are interested in politics, great opportunity We've had every president on our campus since JFK. Every 4 years, we host the New Hampshire primaries. So like I said, if politics is something you're interested in, St. A's could be a great opportunity for you. 99% of our graduating seniors have a full-time job, are employed, or participating in some sort of service or military experience within 9 months of graduation. So something we are very excited about, something we are very proud about as well. Speaking a little bit more about our academic program. So being a liberal arts school, we offer a wide different academic list of programs. So as you can see on this list, we offer 49 different majors, 53 minors, 6 pre-professional programs. Some of our more popular programs, nursing is our most competitive, as well as probably one of our stronger programs. Politics, like I said before, criminal justice education. But I think, one of the perks of a liberal arts education is you're taking a wide variety of classes, improving on your reading, writing, communication skills. And for the most part, minus nursing, you do not need to declare your major until the end of your sophomore year. So you have plenty of time to, kind of figure out what you're really interested in studying. My last slide, keep this really short and sweet, talking a little bit more about our application process and what we look for in our students. So we do have 3 different options when it comes to applying: early decision, early action, regular decision. Our early decision deadline is December 1st. That is a binding deadline. Typically, our students will have a decision within the first week in January. Our early action deadline is November 15th. Typically, our students will have a deadline within the first 2 weeks in January. And then our regular decision deadline is February 1st, and students will typically have a decision in the middle of March. On the bottom, you can see what all of our averages are. So I'll start with nursing just because it is one of our more competitive programs. The average GPA for a nursing student is closer to a 3.6. You can see all of our averages, SAT scores, and ACT listed right below that. For this year, we were test optional across the board for all of our programs. We have not made the decision what we're going to do for next year. So just keep checking our website and more information will come. If you are, in fact, interested in applying into the nursing program, you will be required to apply either early decision or early action. Just because, like I said, it is one of our more competitive programs. We just want to make sure that, we have a full picture of what our class looks like. For all of our other programs, our average GPA is about a 3.3, and we are an SAT, ACT optional school, for all of our other programs. So like I said, let me stop sharing my screen. I will put all my contact information in the chat afterwards, and please use the Q&A function if you do have any questions.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Rich. Really appreciate that here. We're going to move right along on now to Maine Maritime Academy.
Thank you so much. Hi, my name is Elizabeth Allaby. I work as an admissions counselor at Maine Maritime. And for those of you in New York, you might already be familiar with maritime colleges such as SUNY Maritime or the Federal Academy, Kings Point. So what I'll do today is tell you a little bit more about Maine Maritime, and feel free to ask whatever questions. I'll give you my email at the end so you can keep in contact. Let me just get this started. There we go. So we are located right on the coast of Maine, about halfway up. We're 2.5 hours from Portland, 1 hour away from Acadia National Park. You can see right in that center picture our working waterfront, and this is really the heart of our campus. As the name Maritime implies, several of our students are getting different types of Coast Guard licenses, as well as all those skills and knowledge base in order to go out and work as a mariner, work in the maritime industry. So you can see in that center picture there, our 500-foot training vessel that many of our marine engineers and marine transportation students will take out in the summer. And I'll connect all those pieces for you in just a moment. So a little bit about us. We're a very small school. We have about 950 undergraduates. And because of that, then we're able to offer quite small class sizes. So similar to some of the other colleges you've heard from tonight, you're able to really get to know those professors one-on-one and hear about their different types of experiences out in the industry or out in academia, how they got to Maine Maritime Academy. We do offer a variety of degree programs. I'll mention those. However, they're in business, engineering, transportation, and ocean studies. And embedded within those different programs are 7 professional licensing options, 5 of which are licenses straight from the Coast Guard to you. So definitely down on our waterfront is where our students will spend a lot of time, either in lab or just for fun. All students are welcome to access the waterfront, take out our sail vessels, our motor vessels, basically get trained on what you are interested in. It's this fantastic playground. And we do have a variety of extracurricular activities, including student-led clubs and organizations. We've got schooner crew. They take out our 100-year-old wooden schooner every afternoon, scuba, woodsman's club, things like that. So our students are quite outdoorsy. They know how to make their own fun. And we do have a variety of Division III varsity sports. So if you're more athletically inclined, there might be a good spot for you there too. As I mentioned, these are our 4 primary areas of study. Engineering, transportation, international business and logistics, that falls under that management piece, and ocean studies. And that thread that kind of connects all these pieces is certainly connection to the maritime industry. So our engineers have the choice of going shoreside or getting that marine engineering license from the Coast Guard to work aboard any size vessels all over the world. Our transportation students can also get that large size license from the Coast Guard down to smaller licenses if they're more interested in coastal vessels, for example, tugboats, ferries, things like that. Our ocean studies students definitely get to take advantage of our water access and our ocean classroom spaces, and they're also able to get that Coast Guard license piece. So not only are they learning to do all of that science, as well as gather samples, get that research, analyze the data, but they can also operate the vessel to go to the places where they want to conduct their research. And our international business students are really looking at those imports, exports, how you're getting that supply chain moving, something that I think we've all paid attention to more so in the last year than ever before with the pandemic. All of our classes are extremely hands-on. It does not matter what major you are in, you're going to have a hands-on component. Even for the business students, we've got a logistics lab that you bring products to market. And our focus is sort of learn, do, teach. So you're going to learn in your lecture, you're going to go then do it in your labs, and then eventually you're going to teach it to the underclassmen to really solidify the skills by the time that you graduate. One thing that makes our school pretty different is our regiment of midshipmen. So the students who are getting those huge Coast Guard licenses in the marine engineering or the transportation side, that's about 65% of our student body. They are in this uniformed student body. And this is where a lot of folks think that we are a military school. We are not specifically. When our students graduate, although they're in uniform, they go on and work in the commercial maritime industry. Cargo ships, oil vessels, tankers, things of that nature. But we do have about 5 to 8% who go active duty in the Navy and the Marine Corps, or who commission, I guess you don't commission, into the Naval Reserve program. So there are opportunities if you are interested in serving your country. However, for the other majors, not getting that huge license from the Coast Guard, it's not a requirement to be in the regiment. Some of our students do opt in totally. They like that structure. They want those leadership opportunities. So it's open to you. If you are studying ocean studies, business, power engineering, it's up to you entirely. One thing to note too is we keep you pretty busy both on campus and during the summer. So it does not matter what your major is. You are going to be getting hands-on professional experience either on the training cruise, our vessel, to accrue those sea days, meet those Coast Guard requirements, or with a professional working company, either with co-ops, internships. So we do a great job at connecting you with those different types of career options. This is a quick selection of some of the companies our students have gone on to work for, and you can see here our job placement rate. I'm just going to skip on ahead to the end. So thank you so much for your attention. You can email me at either elizabeth.allaby@mma.edu or at admissions@mma.edu. Thank you so much. Have a good rest of your night.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth. We are halfway now through our presentations, and we're going to bring up University of Maine at Machias. Come on up, Kaylee.
Hi, I am Kaylee Clark, and I am an admissions counselor for the University of Maine at Machias. Am I sharing the correct screen?
We can see a video, it looks like.
Perfect. Sorry, my little thing goes to a different screen, so I wanted to make sure. So I work for the University of Maine at Machias, and we are located on the Bold Coast of Maine. So we are located right about here. We're about 3 hours north of Portland, 5.5 hours north of Boston, and 8.5 hours north of New York City, just for some reference points. I'll give you a little rundown about UMM. So we have about 750 total students. We are extremely small. That makes the average class size 13. Obviously, right now, classes are smaller and we are fully on campus right now. But even in a non-COVID year, as I like to call it, we have a cap of 25 students. Our student to faculty ratio is 11:1. This is going to give you a very personalized experience, and you're really going to get to know your fellow student body and your professors. So since we are on the coast of Maine, you kind of have the best of both worlds with the ocean and the woods. We are perfect for those who love to ATV, fish, hunt, hike, spend time outdoors, be able to make their own fun, so to say. We are ranked one of the top LGBTQ friendly campuses in the United States, as said by the Campus Pride Index. We do have 75% in-state students. However, we are looking to get more out-of-state students. We are about 25% out-of-state and international students. 77% of our graduates are employed within their field within the first year after graduating, which is really great. Once you create those connections with your professors, they can help you create those connections after graduation that they have with people in their field. We are the regional campus of the University of Maine. So what this means is we are the University of Maine, the Machias location. You are offered the same opportunities and resources as students at the University of Maine. However, we are just a smaller approach to that. We have a lot of 4+1 programs that are offered through our flagship campus to not only save you time, but also save you money if you're looking to get your master's degree. So no matter what your program is, you will be hands-on from day one. As you can see in these photos, students are getting out into the field immediately. It's they're very career-focused programs. You're going to get professional connections through your classes and labs. So that's great. So here are our degree programs. We offer 2-year programs, 4-year programs, certificates, and then if there aren't concentrations in the major that you're looking for, we do offer minors, or we say pathways as well, so that you can be best set up for life after graduation. I would say to highlight any of our majors, our most popular majors would be marine biology, being right on the coast, wildlife biology, conservation law. That is a 2-year program, and then a lot of students will go on and finish a 4-year program in recreation and tourism management. Another very popular major is education. We were originally the Washington State Normal School, and that is a teacher's college. our environmental, geographic, information science major is also very popular, and then psychology as well. So we are extremely affordable. The sticker price for out-of-state students is roughly $27,000. However, you'll never pay that much. We have a great variety of scholarships for students with GPAs ranging from a 2.5 to a 3.6 and above. We are super affordable, especially since we have great merit scholarships. We do offer low tuition rates and 98% of our students receive some form of financial aid. So we do offer early college, and this pertains to people out of state, international, in-state. You can take courses at UMM to go ahead and get a jump start on your education to shorten the time or the bill, whichever you want to think of it like. So we do offer certificates in all of the programs on the screen. So we have a free application, we are test optional, and we have rolling admissions. I'll just put my information in the chat. And sorry, I have one more thing to say. I see you, Jay, popping up. We do have single occupancy housing offered in the coming year. If you do not want to have a roommate, we do have enough space for everyone to have a single. And I'm done.
Thank you so much, Kaylee. We appreciate you being here and giving us all that info. Let's move right along now to University of New England.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for joining us tonight. Just going to pull up the presentation here. My name is Joshua Carbonell, and I'm an admissions counselor here in undergraduate admissions at the University of New England. We are a private four-year liberal arts institution. Going to take a moment to talk about our campuses and some key opportunities here for students at the university. On screen now is our Biddeford campus. This is our main undergraduate campus where all students will start and end their undergraduate program. Going to zoom in just a little bit to focus on one of the newer buildings on campus. This is our student commons at the Student Center, located in the middle of the first year residence hall area right on the coastline. The Biddeford campus is home to about 2,300 students, which equates to about 22 students per class with a 13-to-1 student faculty ratio. So we do like to keep it pretty small at the undergraduate level so you can get really hands-on in the classroom and get to know your professors really well, as well as your peers really well. It can be really important for you along the way while you're a student and while you move on to have those connections after the fact. Our second campus is in Portland, Maine. Our Portland campus is kind of that quintessential New England style college feel to it, really tight-knit community, about 5 or 10 minutes or so outside of downtown Portland. The Portland campus is our graduate and professional studies campus, so most undergraduate students won't ever need to go there unless you do pursue a pathway that requires the graduate degree. The Portland campus, like I said, is graduate and professional studies for health professions. That includes our College of Dental Medicine, the School of Pharmacy, as well as programs like occupational therapy, physical therapy, physician assistant, social work, and areas like that. The Portland campus is home to 2 of our undergraduate programs. Our nursing students and our dental hygiene students will split their time with their first 2 years on the Biddeford campus and their second 2 years on our Portland campus so that you're immersed up there with all the other health professional students. And then we do have our third campus over in Tangier, Morocco, admittedly a little bit further away from New York than our main campuses. Our Tangier campus is a study abroad opportunity here at the university. However, this one's a little bit unique because it is our own campus. This really allows any student of any major to go abroad, which is a rare opportunity in the health sciences. And because we have so many health professional programs, we wanted to build this campus to make sure anybody could go abroad. And in addition to our Morocco campus, we also do have a lot of sister programs in other countries across the world for semester opportunities. And a unique feature of our abroad opportunities is that it comes to you at no additional educational cost. So all of your scholarship information, your financial info will transfer over to your international location. So studying here in Biddeford is the same cost it is to study on our Tangier campus in Morocco. So a lot of great opportunity to be able to go abroad if that's something that you want to do. So moving on from our 3 campuses, we want to just touch upon our undergraduate degrees. Definitely like to emphasize these are undergrad degrees. We certainly have a lot of degrees at the graduate and professional level. However, focusing on undergraduate students, these are all the degrees here. You can see a lot of those pre-health pathways mostly reflected on the right side of your screen for some of those graduate students if you are going to be in a pathway that does require a grad degree. Our flagship programs here at UNE are in the health sciences, as well as in the marine and the environmental sciences, much in part thanks to our location. The marine and environmental students can really spend a lot of time out on the water for the classroom experience. However, like I mentioned at the beginning, we are grounded in the liberal arts. So we certainly do have a nice balance between liberal arts programs as well as health sciences programs, with a lot of those liberal arts programs mixed in throughout the screen here, with many of them off toward the left side of the screen. And then moving ahead, just want to talk about some key opportunities for UNE students, one of which is experiential learning. And I mentioned we really like to keep the class sizes pretty small, and that way you get to know everyone really well, but that way you can also get your hands really on what you want to be doing, if that's in the labs, in the field, or on a boat. Really want to make sure students are out there doing what they're doing. The best way to learn is by doing, not necessarily by reading a textbook all the time. So if your passion leads you to being on a boat with marine science or in the dental hygiene clinic on campus, or out in the fields doing something else, there's a lot of opportunity to do that. We want to make sure a lot of our students are able to get involved and get hands-on, with a lot of students having these opportunities for the classroom experience, as well as an additional component with research. Research is a big part of the university. We're an R2 research institution, which means there's a lot of research activity happening here at the university. Now, while we are highly academic focused with a keen focus on academics amongst the student body and kind of engulfing the atmosphere of the student body, you have to balance that out in college, you have to balance that out in life. And the best way to balance out academics in college is to have a robust student life on campus. At UNE, we have a wide array of clubs. There's over 90 clubs on campus for students to get involved in. They're all student-led and student-run, so you can really do what you want with those clubs. We also certainly utilize our location quite a bit. Our Biddeford campus has over 4,000 feet of water frontage with their own private campus beach. So students are out there using the water not only for research and academic purposes, but also recreationally. You can be out there using the campus kayaks, the paddle boards, the surfboards, or simply having a beach fire on the beach. Whatever suits your fancy, getting outside is simply a wonderful opportunity to break away from academics and kind of take a breather every so often. And of course, a big part of college student life is athletics. Here at UNE, about 50% of our student body participates in athletics in some capacity, either at the intramural, the club, or the varsity level, with 18 teams at the varsity level. We're a Division III school in the Commonwealth Coast Conference. And now just to wrap things up, just to share a couple logistical things here. If you are interested in applying to UNE, we have 3 applications for you on the Coalition app, the Common app, as well as our own UNE app. A couple of deadlines to keep in mind, with the first one being November 15th for early action. And our test policy is test blind, which means we don't consider test scores in the admissions process. Only 1 of 3 schools in the nation to be doing that. So it really makes it a little bit easier and more accessible for you. You can find our contact information there on the right side of the screen, as well as my contact info in the chat. Thank you all for joining us tonight.
Thank you so much, Josh. Really appreciate that there. And our final school of the evening, Union College. Go ahead and take us away.
Thanks, Jay. So we have bounced around New England, and now I'm bringing you closer to home and into the Capital District. And sorry, I lost my PowerPoint. Here we go. So Union College is in Schenectady, New York. Schenectady, as most of you would know, is about 20 minutes from Albany. Schenectady is a small city, about 67,000 people. We were the first college founded in the state of New York. So we were founded in 1795, so have certainly a long history. And we are one of only a handful of colleges across the country that have a mixture of liberal arts and engineering. So we have 2,200 undergraduate students. We're excited that the majority of our students have been on campus all year. So it's been really an active year. Even though COVID and the pandemic has had our students walking around in masks and things like that, it's been a lively year. When you're applying to Union, you're applying to the college. You're not applying into a specific academic program unless you're looking at our accelerated medical program with Albany Med or accelerated law program with Albany Law. But most students are coming in being able to explore all sorts of academic programs. About half of our students will be majoring in something in the humanities or social sciences, and about half of our students will be majoring in something in a STEM field of math, science, or engineering, and our 4 engineering degrees are ABET accredited. We are very proud that about 80% of our students are going to be pursuing more than one academic discipline. So Union is definitely the type of school where you could be majoring in mechanical engineering and minoring in French. You could be majoring in economics with a concentration in environmental science, or double majoring in biology and theater if those are your interests. So it really allows you to pursue both academic interests, but also interests outside of academic fields. It is easy to take courses outside of your major, and as a liberal arts class, we're going to ask students to take courses in a variety of different academic programs, and so that flexibility is there. We are on a trimester calendar, and so we have 3 10-week terms. We're just, I guess, students are finishing their finals for the winter term tomorrow, I believe. But what this allows students to do is really only take 3 classes per term, so it really allows you to focus in on those 3 subjects and have a lot of time to take advantage of some of our immersive experiences, which I'll touch on in just a second. Obviously, as a small school, like many of the other schools that you heard about tonight, we pride ourselves on the fact that our classes are small, and you are going to make very strong connections with both the other students in your classes, but certainly with your professors. And I know I've been working at Union for about 13 years, and that's what struck me most, because every student you talk to at Union is going to have stories to tell you about a professor who has made a difference. Maybe it's a professor who serves as their advisor. Maybe it is a professor that they're doing research with. Maybe it's a professor who led their term abroad program, but those connections really do start very early and last all 4 years, and then well beyond that as well. We are just an undergraduate college, so all of your classes are going to be taught by the professors. Our professors are all staying current in their field by doing research, and that's one of the immersive experiences that most of our students will take advantage of. 80% of our students will conduct original research or do some sort of creative project during their 4 years. So this might be a student who starts working with a professor in their lab in the end of their first year and works for that lab for 2 years, and then at the end of the junior year, springboards that into their own research project. We have students who are developing Baja vehicles to take to national Baja competitions. We have a rocket club. We have people who are writing books of poems. We have people who are composing music for the orchestra to play. We have students who are investigating what social media platforms are best used to raise money for non-government organizations. All sorts of things, whatever you have an interest in, you'll be able to pursue. 85% of our students will participate in at least one internship during their 4 years. Some of the school students have internship, some of the companies, Texas Instruments, Stanley Black & Decker, GE, which is obviously our backyard, large corporations like that. But a lot of students, for instance, in political science might go down and work in the local Schenectady County offices or into the state offices, as I said, because we're only 20 minutes away from Albany. 60% of our students do study abroad, and it's important to note that students from all academic programs have that opportunity. We have an inclusive environment. We have a very strong campus community, but you also have the resources of Schenectady and the greater Capital District. As many of you know, we're just about an hour from the Adirondacks, an hour from Catskills, 3 hours from Boston, 3 hours from New York, 3 hours from Montreal, Canada, so you can get lots of places easily. We have 130 plus clubs and organizations. 92% of our students do stay on campus, and I just want to say, as a local student, don't fear that you're going to be too close to home, because most of our local students don't leave campus any faster than or any more often than the students who are coming from around the country or the globe. globe. I do just want to mention that 97% of our students do have jobs within 6 months of graduation or in graduate programs. And also we are a test optional school. We have 2 different applications that you can apply by, and we do meet 100% of the demonstrated financial need of all students who are admitted. So hopefully you'll come visit campus. We are open to visitors. Thanks so much.
Beautiful, thank you. Now, I'm going to go ahead and ask for all of my presenters to come on back on the screen here, and I have a question for you as we close out this evening here. But what is the best advice that you would give someone going through the college search process? Plymouth, we'll start with you.
Best advice I would give a student going through college search process would be get in touch with your admissions counselor. So we want to help. We are here to help. We have all the resources you need in getting to the next steps for college. You know, in my mind, I definitely, even if you're not going to Plymouth, I still want to help you. So we understand that choice is up to you. And yeah, get in touch with your admissions counselor. That's my go-to for the college process.
Great. St. A's, what do you have to add here?
Yeah, I would say, you know, as best as you can, try to have fun within the process. I think, you know, the college process and looking for schools and touring can be very overwhelming. But I think if you take a step back and have fun with the process, it's just such a rewarding experience.
Yeah, absolutely. Maine Maritime, what can you add here?
I would certainly echo getting in touch with your local guidance counselors right at your high school. Get in touch with us, the admissions counselors. We are all adults who are here to help you. So it might seem scary, but get over that barrier. And the second thing I would say is keep your options open and apply to kind of a diversity of colleges. And if you can visit them, do that so you can kind of check out that campus vibe.
Yeah, great. University of Maine Machias.
I would definitely say make a list of characteristics that you want when you're going to a school, and then choose your school based on those things. Don't choose a school based on the school your friends are going to or that your parents want you to go to. Choose something like you're going to spend 4, maybe more, depending on if you get your master's degree there. But you're going to spend 4 years though. So pick characteristics that you want, and then pick a school based on that. And if you can, visit the schools. You'll know, I always say this, it sounds silly. I knew when I chose my college that it was going to be the school that I went to the same way I chose my wedding dress. I had to try it on. So if you can go, obviously things are different right now, but if you can, go to the campuses.
Great, yeah. University of New England, what about you?
I would say really just listen to yourself. As great as it is to hear from all of us and learn from us, you're your own expert. Trust your own opinion. You're pursuing your passion and your interest right now. Going to higher education is absolutely your journey, not anybody else's. So stay true to you and don't adhere to a college. Make sure a college adheres to you.
Great, yeah. And Union College, what do you have to add, Susan?
Okay, and it's hard being the 6th one because all of that information was all the things I was going to say. But, you know, one of the advantages I think of COVID is most colleges now have lots of virtual experiences to take advantage of. So if you can't get to your campuses that you're considering, make sure that you are getting your questions answered through virtual experiences that the schools are offering, and certainly reach out to whatever admissions office. You all know we love to talk about our schools. We love to give you the good information. So please be in touch.
Great. Well, we are going to close out then for the evening here. And I just want to say thank you to all of you who are watching live. Thank you to anybody watching on the recording here. And again, thank you to all of our great schools who give us all this awesome information. Just before you go, when you close the window, there will be a short 4-question survey. We at StriveScan would love to have any feedback that you have in regards to what's been going on with these virtual college fairs. Also, this is just one of many sessions. Again, tomorrow we have an additional setup going for you. And in about 1 week, you'll be able to see this recording if you want to follow up and find more information at strivescan.com/CASDANY. And you all have a wonderful evening. Thank you.